Now, good morning to all of you. Our next point, dimension of a physical quantity. Now, this is the very important point, dimension of a physical quantity. What is meant by dimension of a physical quantity? Okay, when we have to represent any physical quantity, okay, means any derived quantity, when you have to represent, the derived quantity can be represented in terms of a base quantity, then that is known as a dimension of that physical quantity. Okay, the definition, see the definition. The dimension of a physical quantity are the powers or exponent to which the base quantity are raised to represent that quantity. What is the meaning of that? Any physical quantity will be represent in terms of base quantity and their powers. This is known as a dimension of a physical quantity. Please listen once again. Any physical quantity can be represented in terms of a base quantity and the powers of that base quantity is known as a dimensions. Means how much power of that base quantity can be required to represent any physical quantity, that is known as a dimension. Okay, now for example, when we have represent any physical quantity, okay, before to that, the dimension can be represented in terms of a square bracket. Inside that square bracket, the base quantity can be represented. Okay, it is represented, means the dimension is represented, it is represented by square bracket. It is represented by square bracket. Okay, the dimension quantity or dimensions of the physical quantity can be represented by square bracket. Now, if the base quantity is mass, okay, if the base quantity is mass, then the dimensions of that base quantity is m to the power 1 or m in square bracket m. If the base quantity is length, then it can be represented dimensionally as L. Okay, if the base quantity is time, it can be represented dimensionally as T. If the base quantity is electric current, there are 7 base quantity. Therefore, if the base quantity are electric current, then it can be represented as ampere. Okay, now if the base quantity are thermodynamic temperature, it can be represented as square bracket K. Okay, if the base quantity is amount of substance, then it can be dimensionally represented as moles in square bracket mole. If the base quantity are luminous intensity, then base quantity can be represented as, the dimensional quantity of that base quantity represented as in square bracket CD. Now this is about the dimensions. Now how to represent that dimensions of any physical quantity? The mathematical representation of base quantity in terms of equation, in terms of that square bracket is known as dimensions, or the representation of a dimensional formula. Okay, means what is meant by dimensional formula? Now, what is the definition of dimensional formula? It is the mathematical expression or representation giving relation between various fundamental quantities of a derived quantity. Means when the derived quantity can be represented in terms of fundamental quantity, then that is known as a dimensional formula. Now we have to see some dimensional formulas of a physical quantity. Now see the dimensional formula of area. Now how this area can be represented in terms of dimensional formula, or write down the dimensional formulas of area. We know that area is nothing but length into breadth. Okay, length into breadth. Then what is the dimension of length? Okay, the dimension of length is L. Okay, therefore the dimension of length is L, and the breadth is also one of the length. Okay, breadth is also one of the length, therefore dimension of breadth is L. Therefore the dimensions of area is dimensions of length into dimensions of length. Now here base quantities are same. Okay, L and L. Here power is 1, here power is 1. Then the total power is L to the power 1 into L to the power 1, means L to the power 1 plus 1. Okay, means L to the power. Here when the bases are same, we have to add their powers. Therefore L to the power 1 plus L to the power 1 means here the area having the dimension is L to the power 2. Okay, or it can be represented as, here M will be absent, the base quantity M will be absent, therefore M to the power 0, and L to the power 2, and base quantity T is also absent, therefore T to the power 0. Therefore area can be represented as, the dimensional formula of area can be represented as M to the power 0, L to the power 2, T to the power 0. Therefore M to the power 0, L to the power 2, T to the power 0 is the dimensional formula of area. Now next we have to find out the dimensional formula of volume. Okay, then you know that volume is nothing but length into breadth into height. Then the dimension of length is L. The dimension of breadth is also one of the length, therefore its dimension is L to the power 1, and height is also one of the length, therefore its dimension is L to the power 1. Now here base quantity L, base quantities are same, therefore we have to add their powers. L to the power 1 plus 1 plus 1 means what is its a dimension? L cube. Therefore dimension of volume is L cube, or it may be represented as M0 L3 T to the power of 0. Therefore the dimension of volume is M0 L cube T to the power of 0. Okay, similarly we have to find out the dimensions of velocity. Dimension of velocity. Now velocity is nothing but displacement by time. Velocity is displacement by time. Then you know that displacement is nothing but one of the length. Displacement is nothing but one of the length. Therefore the dimension of length is L divided by time. What is the dimension of time? Dimension of time is T. Therefore dimension of L divided by dimension of T. Okay, then it is nothing but dimension of L when that T is in denominator. When it goes to numerator, then T to the power becomes minus. Therefore T to the power of minus 1. Here T is in denominator. When that denominator quantity goes to a numerator, its power become minus. Okay, means its power become negative. Therefore the dimension of velocity is L into T to the power of minus 1. When we are combiningly represent this is L to the power 1 T to the power of minus 1, or it can be represented as M to the power 0 L to the power 1 T to the power of minus 1. Therefore the dimension of velocity is M0 L to the power 1 T to the power of minus 1. Now similarly we have to find out the dimension of acceleration. Dimension of acceleration. Okay, acceleration is nothing but in general velocity by time. Okay, velocity by time. Then the dimension of velocity, What is the dimension of velocity? We know that m0 L1 t to the power of minus 1. m0 L1 t to the power of minus 1 divided by time period. The dimension of time period is t1. Dimension of time period is t1. When that t1 goes to numerator, it is become t to the power of minus 1. Therefore, m0 L1 t to the power of minus 1. When that t to the power of 1 goes to a numerator, it is become t to the power of minus 1. Now this t to the power of minus 1, t to the power of minus 1, the bases are same. Therefore, we have to add their powers. Therefore, m0 L1 t to the power of minus 1 plus minus 1. It is become t to the power of minus 2. Therefore, the acceleration having the dimension is m to the power 0, L to the power 1, t to the power of minus 2. Now, similarly, we have to find out the dimension of force. Do you know that? Force is nothing but mass into acceleration. Now, similarly, we have to find out the dimensional formula of force. Force is nothing but mass into acceleration. Okay, then what is the dimension of mass? Dimension of mass is m. Okay, into dimension of acceleration. What is the dimension of acceleration? m0 L1 t to the power of minus 2. m0 L1 t to the power of minus 2. Now see here base m m to the power 1 plus m to the power of 0 means m to the power of 1 plus 0 is 1. Here no L, therefore L to the power, here only 1, L to the power 1, t to the power of minus 2. Therefore, the dimension of force is m1 L1 t to the power of minus 2. Similarly, I will provide you some homeworks to determine the dimensional formula. Next, one small definition is there. Okay, that is the dimensional equation. Okay, what is meant by dimensional equation? We have to see. Now, the definition of dimensional equation. The equation equating physical quantity with its dimensional formula is called as dimensional equation. Now, for example, we have already see that the dimensional formula of area is m0 L2 t to the power of 0. Okay, then we have to equate its a formula, it's a dimensional formula with that physical quantity is known as dimensional equation. Means what is meant by dimensional equation? That is area we have to write as in square bracket area which is equal to m0 L to the power of 2 t to the power of 0. Then this is known as dimensional equation. Okay, means the in square bracket area. Okay, that is equating physical quantity with its dimensional formula. Now this is the physical quantity we have to equate with its a dimensional formula. Then this is known as dimensional equation. Similarly, dimensional equation of volume which is equal to m0 L3 t to the power of 0. Similarly, velocity. Okay, in square bracket velocity which is equal to m0 L1 t to the power of minus 1. Then the dimensional equation of acceleration. Okay, that is acceleration. Okay, or we have to write only small a. Okay, that is small a which is equal to m0 L1 t to the power of minus 1, or in place of area we have to write as that is small a. Okay, in place of volume we have to, or sorry, that is area can be represented as that is capital A. Okay, volume we have to represent it as capital V, means capital V in square bracket capital V which is equal to m0 L3 t to the power of 0. In place of velocity we have to use a small v. Okay, in square bracket small v, which is equal to m0 L1 t to the power of -1. Okay, or acceleration, that is small a, which is equal to m0 L1 t to the power of -1, or that is force. Okay, force for that purpose, F, which is equal to m1 L1 t to the power of -2. Now this kind of representation means the equating the physical quantity with its dimensional formula is known as dimensional equation. Now we have to see the applications of that dimensional analysis. Okay, applications of dimensional analysis. Now, applications of dimensional analysis. There are 3 applications, but in our book, they are giving only 2 applications, but we need to study 3 applications. That all that 3 applications are very, very important. That is application of dimensional analysis. Okay, first application is checking the dimensional consistency of equation. Okay, means we have to check the dimensional formula of a given equation. Okay, now suppose for example the equation we have to find out the consistency of that equation. For example, x can be represented as x is equal to x naught plus v naught t plus half at square. Okay, check whether this equation is dimensionally correct or not. Now this checking of dimensionally constitution of equation, what is the meaning of that? Means the dimension of left hand side is equal to dimensions of right hand side. Okay, now what is the rule of that? The left hand side dimensions is equal to the right hand side dimension. This is known as principle of homogeneity of dimensions. Means the dimension quantity on the left hand side physical quantity which is equal to the dimensions of the right hand side physical quantity. This is known as homogeneity of dimensions. Means the dimensions on both sides of the equations are equal, then we have to say that equations are dimensionally correct. Okay, now we have to see these equations are dimensionally correct or not. Now x is nothing but displacement. Now the dimension of x, which is equal to, what is the displacement? Displacement can be represented in terms of L. Therefore, its dimension is L. Now right hand side. Now this is the left hand side dimension. Left hand side dimension is only L. Then right hand side there are 3 terms. First term, second term and third term. When we have to add that 3 terms, means first term having same dimension as second term, having same dimension of third term, then and then only we have to add that 3 terms. Otherwise we can't add that 3 terms. Means the right hand side, the 3 terms having same dimensions, then and then only we can add that 3 terms on each other. Otherwise we can't add that 3 terms. Means if the 3 terms having same dimensions, okay, then we can add that 3 terms with each other. If one of the term having different dimensions, then that term can't be add on each other. Then right hand side. Okay, right hand side there are 3 terms. The first term x naught. X naught is also nothing but a displacement, that is initial displacement. Okay, initial displacement is, the displacement is nothing but length, therefore its dimension is L. Then next dimension of v naught t, where v naught is the initial velocity and t is the time period. Therefore what is the formula of velocity, dimensional formula of velocity? That is m0 L1 t to the power of -1. Okay, then time period. What is the dimension of time period? That is t1. Now see here. Here is m absent, here is m absent, means m to the power of 0. Now here is L1, here is no L, therefore L to the power of 1. Now here t to the power of minus 1, here t to the power of plus 1, means t to the power of minus 1 plus 1. Okay, t to the power of minus 1 plus 1 means 0. Therefore this is nothing but m0 L1 t to the power of 0. Okay, means this is having same dimension as only L. Then third term, here half is constant. Okay, the constant term having no dimensions. Therefore we have to only represent the dimension of a into t square. Okay, a into t square. Now dimension a is the acceleration, therefore dimension of acceleration is m0 L1 t to the power of minus 2 into t, time period, its a dimension is t and it's a square. Okay, therefore m0 L to the power of, here no L to the power of 1, here t to the power of minus 2. Okay, and it can be represented as t to the power of 1 into t to the power of 2, means t to the power of 2. Now see here, m to the power of 0, L to the power of 1, t to the power, here t to the power of minus 2 plus t to the power of 2, means t to the power of 2. Minus 2 plus 2 becomes 0. Therefore m0 L1 t to the power of 0. m0 L1 t to the power of 0 means this is having only dimensions of L. Okay, therefore right hand side having dimension L, first term having dimension L, second term having dimension L, third term having dimension L, and left hand side having dimension L. Therefore left hand side dimension is equal to right hand side dimension. Therefore this formula is dimensionally correct. Okay, therefore the given formula is dimensionally correct. Okay, what is meaning of dimensionally correct? Means left hand side dimension is equal to right hand side dimensions. Then and then only we have to say that formula is dimensionally correct. Okay, the meaning of that. Okay, write down the notes. Okay, if the formula is dimensionally correct, it may or may not be, that equation may or may not be correct. Okay, please see your note. First note, if the equation is dimensionally correct or exact. Okay, correct, or also say that dimensionally exact. If the equation is dimensionally correct, the equation or that formula, the equation may or may not be correct. Okay, note is that if the equation is dimensionally correct, the equation may or may not be correct. Okay, means that equation may be correct or may not be correct, means that equation may be correct or may be wrong. But the note second, but if the equation is not dimensionally correct, if the equation is not dimensionally correct, then the equation is wrong. Means if that equation are not dimensionally correct, okay, means if that equation is dimensionally wrong, then that equation is wrong. Okay, means if that equation is dimensionally correct, it is maybe or may not be that equation correct. But if the equation is wrong, means if the equation is dimensionally wrong, then 100% sure shot that equation must be a wrong equation. Means to check whether that equation may or may not be correct, if that equation fails in dimensionally wrong, then that equation is 100% wrong. Okay, means to check that equation may be correct or may be wrong, for that purpose we have to use the dimensional formula. If the dimensional analysis, by using dimensional analysis, if the equation is failed to dimensionally, means if that equation is wrong in dimensionally, then that formula is 100% wrong. But if the equation is correct, it may or may not be that formula correct. Now this is the first applications. Then what is the second applications? To convert the unit of one system to the another system. Okay, now second applications, to convert units from one system to another system. One system to the another system, means to convert the units from one system to another system. For that purpose we have to use the dimensional analysis. Now for example, now we have to take a force. Okay, now we have to take a force, then the SI unit of force is Newton. Then we have to convert that newtons, that SI unit in terms of newtons. The force having SI unit is Newton. Okay, then we have to convert that Newton into CGS unit. CGS unit is dyne. Okay, we have to convert that newtons into dynes. Then we have to find out 1 newtons is equal to how many dynes. Okay, converts the SI unit of force, that is Newton, to, that is convert SI unit of force Newton to CGS unit dyne. Okay, then how to convert that newtons into dynes? Now the solution for that purpose. Okay, now how to convert that newtons into dynes? To find the conversion factor between the one system of unit to another system of unit. Now SI unit of force is Newton, we have to convert that Newton into CGS unit dyne. Okay, now we have to say that 1 Newton is equal to X dynes. Okay, 1 newtons is equal to X dynes. Now this is the equation 1. We know that dimensional formula of force. Okay, dimensional formula of force is, what is the dimensional formula of force? M1 L1 T to the power of minus 2. M1 L1 T to the power of minus 2 is the dimensional formula of force. Okay, now we have to put in place of newtons, we have to write down the same dimensional formula. In place of dynes, we have to write same dimensional formula, but we have to write here M1 L1 T1 for Newton purpose, and dyne purpose we have to write M2 L2 T2. Then we have to find out by using that equation the value of X. Now the representation of equation 1 dimensionally as, equation 1 dimensionally written as, no, equation 1 dimensionally represented as, okay, that is Newton. In place of Newton, okay, what is the Newton? Is the dimension, that is the unit of force. Okay, what is the dimensional formula of force? M to the power 1 L to the power 1 T to the power of minus 2. Therefore this is m1 to the power 1, L1 to the power 1, T1 to the power of minus 2. Okay, which is equal to, what is the equation 1? Newtons is equal to x into dynes. Then x into dynes is also a unit of force. Okay, then x into m to the power of 1, L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 2. Okay, now these are in terms of CGS system, these are in terms of SI system. Means that M1 will be represented in SI system, L1 also represented in SI system, T1 also represented in SI system. M2, L2, T2 are represented in CGS system. From that, X can be represented as X is equal to M1, L1, T1 to the power of minus 2 divided by M2, L2, T to the power of minus 2. Okay, now we have to separate that M, L and T values. Now that is M1 divided by M2. Then L1 divided by L2. Then T1 divided by T2 whole power of minus 2. Now see here, what is the M1? M1 is the SI unit of mass. What is the SI unit of mass? M1 is the SI unit of mass. What is the SI unit of mass? Kg divided by M2. M2 is the CGS unit of mass. What is the CGS unit? Gram. Therefore kg by gram. What is the L1? L1 is the SI unit of length. What is the SI unit of length? That is meter. Then L2. L2 is the CGS unit of length. That is centimeter. Then T1 is the SI unit of time. What is the SI unit of time? Second. T2 is the CGS unit of time. That is second. Whole power minus 2. Now we have to convert, okay, that x value, means we have to find out x value. Now how to convert that? Now this kg is there, we have to convert that kg into gram. Okay, 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. Okay, means 1000 can be represented as 10 raised to power of 3. Okay, 10 raised to power of 3 grams divided by grams into meter will be converted into centimeter. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Therefore 100 is nothing but 10 raised to power of 2 centimeter divided by centimeter. Okay, then second divided by second whole power minus 2. Now this gram cancel, centimeter cancel, second cancel. Then what is the remaining? 10 raised to power of 3 into 10 raised to power of 2 into 1 to the power of minus 2. Now 1 to the power any number, then that value becomes 1. Therefore 1 into 10 raised to power of 3 into 10 raised to power of 10 raised to power of plus 2. Okay, 10 raised to power of 3 into 10 raised to power of 2. Okay, 10 raised to power of 3, 10 raised to power of 2. Bases are same. Therefore we have to add their powers. 10 raised to power of 3 plus 2 into 1. Okay, means 1 into 10 raised to power of 3 into 10 raised to power of 2. Then it is become 10 raised to power of, we have to add their powers, 10 raised to power of 5. Therefore the value of x is 10 raised to power of 5. 1 into 10 raised to power of 5. We can't write 1. There will be no effect on that. Therefore x is equal to 10 raised to power of 5. Therefore the equation 1 becomes 1 Newton, which is equal to 10 raised to power of 5 dynes. 1 newtons, which is equal to 10 raised to power of 5 dyne. Okay, now this is the conversion of unit from one system to another system. Now we have to see another one example. Now See here, next example, that is 1 kg meter square per second square is equal to dash dash number of grams centimeter square into second square. Now we have to fill in that blank. Okay, now we have to represent here in empty space, or in fill in the blank space we have to represent x. Okay, then we have to find out the value of x. Then we know that x is equal to kg square meter square per second square divided by gram centimeter square per second square. Now kg and gram we have to take in one bracket. Kg by gram whole square, meter divided by centimeter. Okay, meter and centimeter, meter divided by centimeter. Now here is no kg. Okay, not here. Kg square is not present. Therefore kg meter square per second square divided by gram centimeter square per second square. Now kg by gram, then meter by centimeter square, second by second to the power of minus 2. Now similarly we have to convert that kg into gram, that is 10 to the power of 3 grams divided by grams. Okay, into meter. Meter is nothing but 10 to the power of 2 centimeter divided by centimeter whole square. Now second by second whole power of minus 2. Second cancel, centimeter cancel, gram cancel. Then 10 to the power of 3 into here 10 to the power of 2 whole power 2 into 1 to the power of minus 2. Now 10 to the power of 3 into 10 to the power of 2 into its power 2, means that is 10 to the power of 2 into 2 into 1 to the power of minus 2 means 1. Therefore 10 to the power of 3 into 10 to the power of 2 into 2 means 10 to the power of 4. Okay, 10 to the power of 3 into 10 to the power of 4. Bases are same. Therefore 10 to the power of 3 plus 4, that is 10 to the power of 7. Therefore here in fill in the blanks we have to write 10 to the power of 7. Therefore 1 kg meter square per centimeter square is equal to 10 to the power of 7 gram centimeter square per second square. Okay, means in that way, by using dimensional analysis we have to find out the, means we have to convert one system of unit into another system of unit. Now third application we have to see. Now third application of dimensional analysis, to derive new relation between various physical quantity or deducing the relation among the physical quantity, means to find out the relation between one physical quantity to the another physical quantity with the help of dimensional analysis. With the help of dimensional analysis we have to find out the formula, means the correct formula of the any physical quantity, or we have to find out the relation between one physical quantity to the another physical quantity with the help of dimensional analysis. Now here example 2.17. Okay, example 2.17 we have to see here. Now see example 2.17 in our textbook. The period of oscillation T of a simple pendulum depends on its length L, mass of the bob m, and acceleration due to gravity. Okay, acceleration due to gravity g. Derive the expression for its time period using method of dimensions, means find out the formula of a time periods. The time periods depends upon length, mass of the bob, and acceleration due to gravity. Then we have to find out the correct formula of time periods of a simple pendulum. Okay, now from that Okay, from that the time period is directly proportional to the L, means the time period is depend upon L, M and G. Therefore time period is directly proportional L to the power of X, M to the power of Y, G to the power of Z. Okay, means the time period is depend upon L. Okay, having its a power, we have to suppose that power of length is X, the power or exponent of Y is Y, and the power of acceleration due to gravity G is Z. Okay, here L, M and G are the physical quantity, X, Y and Z are the powers of that physical quantity. Therefore time period T, which is equal to, we have to remove that proportionality sign and write a proportionality constant K. Therefore time T is equal to K into L to the power of X, M to the power of Y, G to the power of Z. Okay, then this is the equation number 1. Now we have to take the dimension of L, dimension of M and dimension of G. Then we have to put in that formula. Then we have to proceed. Now the dimensions of, okay, dimensions of the time period T. Dimensions of time period T. What is the time period T dimensions? M0, L0, T to the power of 1. Then dimensions of L, length. Dimensions of L is M0, L1, T to the power of 0. Then dimensions of M. Okay, dimension of M is M1, L0, T0. Then dimensions of acceleration due to gravity. Okay, acceleration due to gravity having the same dimension to that of acceleration. Please remember that acceleration due to gravity having same dimension to that of acceleration. Okay, the kinetic energy having same formula to that of potential energy, and potential energy having same formula to that of total energy. Means the kinetic energy, potential energy and total energy having same dimensions. Acceleration and acceleration due to gravity both are having same dimensions. Therefore acceleration due to gravity having same dimension to that of acceleration. Okay, what is the dimensions of acceleration? M0, L1, T to the power of -2. Now we have to put that all that value in equation 1. Okay, then we get, that is left hand side dimension is equal to right hand side dimension. Now here K is a constant. Okay, therefore it is having a dimensionless quantity. Therefore T, which is equal to L to the power of X, M to the power of Y, G to the power of Z. Therefore T having dimension is M0, L0, T to the power of 1, which is equal to L to the power of X. What is the dimension of L? M0, L1, T to the power of 0. M0, L1, T to the power of 0 whole power X. Then M to the power of Y. M1, L0, T0 having power Y. Then acceleration due to gravity. M0, L1, T to the power of -2 whole power Z. M0, L1, T to the power of -2 whole power of Z. Then this is nothing but left hand side M0, L0, T to the power of 1, which is equal to M0, L to the power of 1 and its power is X. Multiply L to the power of 1 into X. L to the power of X. T to the power of 0 into X is 0. Now next, M to the power of 1 into Y. M to the power of Y. L to the power of 0 into Y, 0. T to the power of 0 into Y, 0. Next, M to the power of 0 into Z, 0. L to the power of 1 into Z, Z. T to the power of -2 into Z, -2Z. Okay, therefore left hand side M0, L0, T to the power of 1, which is equal to, we have to add at the powers of a base quantity. Now m to the power 0 plus y plus 0, 0 plus y plus 0. Then L to the power of here x plus 0 plus z. Then t to the power of 0 plus 0 minus 2z. Therefore left hand side m0 L0 t to the power of 1, which is equal to m to the power of 0 plus y plus 0, that is m to the power of y. Then L to the power of x plus 0 plus z, x plus z. Then t to the power of 0 plus minus 2z, minus 2z. Okay, therefore left hand side is m0 L0 t to the power of 1, which is equal to dimensions of m to the power of y, L to the power of x plus z, t to the power of minus 2z. Then we have to equate the dimensions on both sides. Now equating the dimensions on both sides. Equating dimensions on both sides. Then here m, here m. Therefore the powers of the dimensions, m having dimensions y and m having dimensions 0. Therefore y is equal to 0. Now this is the equation number 1. Now second, x plus z. The dimension of L is x plus z. Here dimension of L is 0. Therefore x plus z, which is equal to 0. Now this is equation second. Next, t having dimension is minus 2z. T having dimension is 1. Therefore minus 2z is equal to 1. From that z is equal to minus 1 by 2. Z is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now this is equation 3. Y value is 0. Z value is minus 1 by 2. Then we have to find out the value of x. Now substitute equation 3 in equation 2 and we get the value of x. Now substitute equation 3 in equation 2. We get x plus z having value minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 0. Now that minus 1 by 2 shift to the right, it is become plus 1 by 2. Therefore x is equal to 1 by 2. The x value is 1 by 2, y value is 0, z value is minus 1 by 2. Now put down that all values x, y, z in equation 1. Then we get time period t is equal to k into L to the power of x. L to the power of x means L to the power of 1 by 2. Okay, m to the power of y. M to the power of y means m to the power of 0. Okay, then g to the power of z means g to the power of minus 1 by 2. Now this is equal to k into L to the power of 1 by 2 is nothing but under root L. M to the power of 0 means m will be absent. Then g to the power of 1 by 2 is nothing but under root of this 1 by 2 is nothing but under root and minus means 1 by g. Here 1 by g. Therefore k into here is under root, here is under root. Therefore under root L into 1 is L divided by g. Therefore the time period t is equal to k into under root L by g. Now this is the time period formula for simple pendulum. Now this is the applications of dimensional analysis.